All right. Welcome back. Top story today, the big left-wing media snooze fest, the Nothing Burger. Apparently, there was some intelligence leak that the Russians had offered bounties to Taliban leaders to pick off U.S. soldiers. The left is calling for all investigations. Who, what, why, when, where, change. Oh, okay. The bottom line is this. Yes, the president gets briefed every day. Whether or not the Intelligence Committee thought it was such a material threat that it should rise to the president himself being told about anecdotal evidence at a border area in Afghanistan where we're trying to get out of is a whole nother story. But keep this in mind when you're talking to your liberal friends about these crazy things, that the Democrats control the House of Representatives, the one arm of our Congress, the bicameral legislative, and they have an intelligence committee, an oversight committee, a foreign relations committee, and they have all kinds of briefings that they get from the intel. So if they saw something in there that they thought rose to materiality, they have every right to go bring it over to their Senate counterparts and the president. Okay. I was talking a little earlier about this crazy stuff going on that, we've lost Uncle Ben. We've lost Aunt Jemima. Now there is, and as an ode to Aunt Jemima, until I run out, I'm keeping good old Aunt Jemima syrup, the last of what I have left in my house. I'm keeping it close to me in case the food police come and start trying to revoke the old bottles of Aunt Jemima. So I'm keeping that close. And I've also been fooling around about this guy, because I'm half Irish, and I have some friends that are Irish that look up to this guy, pun intended. But no, I'm thinking maybe they may come after the Lucky Charms guy. You know what I mean? Because it seems like all these fictional characters are getting eliminated. And, Uncle Ben's rice is gone, the Eskimo pies are gone, all these food things that have Land O'Lakes butter lady, she's sitting in a Zen position like this, she's gone. And I've been fooling around saying that this guy may be under attack, the Lucky Charms guy, okay? And lo and behold, it's happened. Word out yesterday that after this month, the Lucky Charms leprechaun that we've all grown to know and love, the magically delicious guy, has been replaced, and by none other than this guy. He is on the giant-sized box, and this guy has become known as kind of like a symbol of humor when he's not getting replaced by that guy. Okay, I'm joking, of course, but that's just one in a boatload of many memes that have surfaced during Corona, and I happen to think that this one guy has brought more smiles and laughter to people's faces over this whole quarantine period than anyone. And it may be a neck-and-neck race with him and Joe Exotic, because Joe Exotic was the hot new craze in the beginning with the big tiger cats and da-da-da-da-da. But this guy has held true. He's held steady. And, he's also been compared to, he's known as the man bigger than the meme. He's also been, in great settings like The Last Supper. You've seen this guy, okay? And, a lot of good stuff has gone out there, okay? I want to tell you something about this guy. When they're ripping down statues and they're holding people up to this new standard, people who were criminals and felons, and they're all of a sudden being lionized and turned into saints. This man hit this meme rose with the coronavirus, and it's known as wood sitting on a bed. And we've all been tricked into seeing this photo once or twice. And I kind of still, when I see somebody do something creative with it, I still crack up laughing, because it's kind of just like a creative thing, as far as I see it. It turns out that this man is deceased, okay? And his name is Wardy, W-A-R-D, Jobert III, okay? Had a tremendous athletic background, was a great baseball player, became known as the Wood because he used to hit the ball so hard with the wooden bat that they started calling him the Wood. It turns out this guy, he's deceased, okay? You didn't hear anything about him passing because he died long before he rose to internet fame. the things that you don't know about this young African-American man who obviously died too soon. He was a deacon at his church. His stepmother said he would go out every week and give away food to people. His pastor at his church talks about him as someone, he was like the mayor of the town. Everyone loved him. And he was going through some very, very tough financial times, okay? And a friend of his, or someone he knew from his gym who shot pornographic photos, asked him if he wanted to make some extra money because he knew his house was being foreclosed on. So he took that photo in 2010. He was a straight guy, understood the desperation of the situation, said, fine, I'll take some pictures, I'll get some money, maybe help my family and everything else. He's turned into, you know, to me, a symbol of a way to get a few minutes of laughter in the whole Corona thing. And, you know, not that we want to build a statue to the wood or anything, but behind the wood was quite the man, and his stepmom and his sister and his ex and many of his family members talk about him wonderfully in a new piece out by Vice. And you want to check out Vice for some real good news. And we're trying to get the author who wrote that article also. We're going to take a quick break and have more wood for you right after this.